On the other side of news this week, this is going to kind of segue into the What's Trending and Why segment. So this is a perfect way to end the news section of the Talks with Taeler Hendrix podcast. There was a recent announcement which saw Warner Media and DC Comics trending. It was recently announced that Warner Media is going to be merging with AT&T and Discovery in a deal that's over 43, I think, billion or $1 million, one of the two. I'll have to double check for you guys and report back if you guys would like. This is a huge deal. They're going to be starting a whole new sort of company aspect, which is insane. It's going to, I believe in my research, I found out that it is going to cover over 200,000 hours of content for this new streaming ability, right? And this is going to take over with content from CNN, HBO Max, Warner Brothers, TLC, DC Comics, and more. Over 200,000 hours. So this is very, very huge. I think this was what was hinted at by the press release from Warner Media amidst the whole struggle with release the Snyder Cut and the Snyderverse, return to the Snyderverse, and all the controversy surrounding why Warner Media was kind of breaking away from director Zack Snyder. And they said they were trying to model a certain way that Marvel was doing with their original content, which streams on the Disney Plus app. So I believe this is Warner Media's way of trying to come up with their own way to compete with Netflix and Disney Plus, who have very huge followings that kind of also interlink themselves with the same sort of fan aspect that is followed with DC Comics, because it's a lot of mutual content basically. So we're gonna have another app for people to be buying very, very soon, and I'm very interested to see how this goes and how adjacent this is going to be as far as Warner Media's vision for how they want to compete with Marvel and kind of emulate Marvel's business projections, basically, you know, because Marvel has done an amazing job with creating original content that was not previously done. And in the sense that you're getting shows and movies that would not have happened because they weren't necessarily the mainstream characters. You know, you always had your mainstream characters in the comics, like you had the Avengers, you have Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and all this other stuff. But now you're getting exclusive brand new content like WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and other shows. And this is like great creative stuff that wasn't previously being done. This was a business model kind of created and envisioned by Marvel. So now I think that this bold move by Warner Media to combine with AT&T and Discovery is going to kind of be their own way of doing exactly what Marvel did with Disney Plus. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I think we're going to be looking at some very cool original content in the future. And especially considering the new trailer for, I believe, Sweet Tooth came out for Netflix. So a lot of people are going to be really interested in that. And not to mention the fact that Anthony Mackie has been a crazy huge breakout star of 2021. I mean, he is in the new movie we talked about, I believe, The Woman in the Window, which is in the #1 on Netflix this week. He was also in a movie with Jamie Dornan that debuted on Netflix, I think last month. We reported about it on this podcast, not to mention all of the amazing attention he's getting for his character in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as well as his characters in the Captain America films and the Avengers and stuff. So I just think that's really cool to see somebody break out like that. It's really awesome. And it goes back to what we were just discussing. That possibility may not have been there had Marvel not re-envisioned what was possible with their potential for original content, with decades upon decades upon decades worth of comic books and characters that have come and gone, and crossovers and different story arcs and multi-universe action. So I think that's really cool. I think we're going to be in for a treat.